Good morning, all. Uh, Welcome for Vamana Karma classes. So this is fifth class. So in this class, we'll study about how the doshas are moved from shakas to koshta during Vamana Karma, and what are the observation and management during Vamana Karma. We'll study about these points in detail. So the 11th point in a Rajiv Gandhi University syllabus, so it says that Lakshana indicating doshagati during process of Vamana. So this is clearly mentioned in Charaka Sutrasthana 15th chapter Upakalpaniya Adhyaya. Here you can see the shloka number 11. पीतवन्तं तु कल्वेनं मुहूर्तम् अनुकाङ्क्षयेत् तस्य यदा जानीयात् स्वेदप्रादुर्भावेन दोषं प्रविलीयमानम् आपद्यम्. So here the doshas are moving from shakas to koshta. So there are some of the symptoms. These symptoms indicates the doshas are moving from shakas to koshta. So these lakshanas you will get only after administration of Vamana Aushadhi. So Pitavantam to Kalvena, after administration of Vamana Aushadhi. So in previous class we studied about how to administer the Vamana Aushadhi after praying. Right? After praying we will give the Vamana Aushadhi. After administration of Vamana Aushadhi, Muhurtam Anukankshayet. One should wait for Muhurta Kala, that is 48 minutes. So in 48 minutes, the Vaidya should observe the following symptoms. Those are Tasya Yada Janiyat Sveda Pradhurbhavena. Sveda Pradhurbhava, appearance of Sveda, sweating. It means it indicates that Dosha Praviliyamanam. So after administration of Vamana Aushadhi, so after 1 or 2 minutes, the patient start sweating. So patient whole body will start sweats. So it means that dosha starts praviliyamana, dosha starts liquefying. Okay. Then second lakshanas, second symptomology is loma harshena. So patient there will be a clear cut horripilation you can see from the patient's body. Loma harshena cha sthanabhyah prachalitam. So if loma harsha, it indicates that sthanabhyah prachalitam, the liquefied doshas, they start moving from that place. Sthanabhyah prachalitam. Prachalitam is start moving from the sthana, that sthana. Okay. Next lakshana symptomology here is kukshim samadmapanena cha kukshim anugatam. So third symptomology is there will be a admana, there will be a bloating, there will be little bloating of kukshi, abdomen. So this you can clearly measure with the help of the measuring tape. Okay, there will be a kukshi samadmapanena cha kukshim anugatam. So that liquefied doshas start moving from the sthana, that is shakas, to the koshta. So after reaching the koshta, there will be a little bit bloating of the abdomen, kukshi samadmapanena. So it indicates that doshas are reached to the koshta. Then fourth one, rullasasya asya shravanabhyam api cha urdhvamukhi bhutam. So it says that rullasa and asya shravana. So there will be a oral salivation, there will be excess salivation. Okay, so it indicates that, so you can say the nauseating feel or the nausea, it means that the doshas are trying to come off. Urdhva mukhi bhutam. So already doshas are there in a kukshi, so the next is they're trying to come out. That is that indication by indicated by the rullahasa and ashashravana. Okay, so these are the four symptoms. By these four symptoms, one can understand the movement of doshas from shakas to koshta. So they are Sveda Pradurbhava, Lomaharsha, Kukshi Samadmapana, and Rullhasa or Asa Shravana. Okay, these are the four important symptomologies. So we can see here. Okay, Sveda Pradurbhava, Rullhasa, Romaharsha, and Kukshi Admana. So, management during Vamana Karma and observation. So, the 12th point it says about management during Vamana Karma and observation. So, this observation is a very important during the Vamana Karma. So, the observation of the patient, symptoms, patient feelings, patient expressions, right, and the Vamakadravya, vomiters, each and everything, the how the patient vomits, force, smell of the vomiters, and sound which produced by the patient, environment, attenders, each and everything is very, very, very important while conducting the Vamana. Each observation has its own importance. So here, the Vamana Karma, it means 100% observation, that to keen observation is essential while conducting the Vamana Karma. So here, so observation, what is observation? Observation have two things. First one is the right observation. So what is the right observation? See what exactly Vaidya needs. Okay, that observation is getting from the patient or the environment on the during in a Vamana room. So that is the right observation, because patient going to get the proper samyak Vamana Lakshana and patient will get well soon. So the right observation. And second one is the wrong observation. The why they expect something but it is not happening there because of some other things. It may be a the wrong from patient side, or Vaidya or the attender, someone. So wrong observation. So what need to observe during the Vamana Karma? The careful observation one should keep on the two things. One is Chatushuddhi. So Chatushuddhi, we'll study that one in later classes. Chatushuddhis are the Vegaki, Manaki, Laingiki, and Antiki. So these are the Chatushuddhis. One should keep an observation on the Chatushuddhi and Chatulakshana. Chatulakshanas are what you learned just before, Sveda Pradurbhava and all. So one should give a keen observation on that. Okay, and these two are the main indication. By this, one can understand the continuation of Vamana or stopping of Vamana or the planning of Samsarjana Krama in future days. Okay, so these are the main important. So the wrong observation, or as said, see what is the wrong observation? The wrong observation, for example, if if I am expecting Vega should be such a forceful, see that force of the Vega is not meeting the what Vaidya is expecting, or the Vega is not a forceful, so that the Vega can't bring the doshas from Amashas to Kosta. Okay, or some wrong observation during the Chatulakshana, there is no Swaya Pradurbhava or there is no Roma Harsha, such things. See, these are the wrong observation, or the mentioned symptomologies or the mentioned lakshanas are not appearing on the patient on the day of Vamana. So for that, the Vaidya should do something. So that is called as the management during Vamana Karma. If the Vegas are not forceful, so for that you have to do something. Or to administration of one more dose of Vamana Aushadhi or some other technique you need to bring on that moment by the Vaidya's Yukti Pramana. You can do anything. So to solve that wrong observations. Okay, so we'll study about that in detail in coming classes. So the observation during Vamana Karma. So it's an simple, we all should know this. So here Superindikita Lakabhya. So the patient one who undergoing the Vamana, so he should remove his nails. Because if there is a no proper Vamana Vega means the patient should ready to put his fingers. Okay, so then the collection of the Utpala and Kumuda, their nalas for the administration of Vamana. Okay, these are some observation is needed. See if the Vegas are not proper, what to do. And the next one is very good observation. So very good management, you can say. So for the conduction of Vamana, we need an minimum 2 attenders. Okay, so these attenders are needed for the lalata pratigraha, parshopagrahana, prushtonmardana and nabi prapidana. Lalata pratigrahana is very good management. So one should dare to keep the lalata forehead. Okay, otherwise the patient, the vomitus, the Vamana Vega will be such a forceful, the patient may hit head to the tub. So that there should be attender to hold the lalata forehead. Parshopagrahana, see the side of the chest need to be supported with the help of the attender's hand. So, okay, because the Vamana karma is is a very painful process. It's a very strenuous procedure. So it hurts the patient. So for that, there should be a one person attender, okay, or the patient friend, one who don't have a hesitation for the vomiting action of Vamana and all. So that person should be there with the patient to support the parshopagrahana and prushton mardana. So there should be a gentle massage in opposite direction. Okay, the massage from low back to the neck region, up to the neck region, so that it facilitate the proper Vega. Okay, then Navi Prapidana. So the Navi Prapidana, so the attender should press or the compress the Navi area, abdominal area, so it helps a proper ejection of Vamana Vega. So it helps in completely emptying of the stomach. So sometimes the patient vomits, but only half of the thing will come, but the patient can't empty the whole stomach. So in such condition, so Nabi Parpigdana helps a lot. Because of Nabi Parpigdana, the patient can empty the whole stomach. So these are the management. These are the management during the Vamana karma. Okay. So some of the instruction you should give to the patient for the Samyak, if you want to attend the Samyak Vamana Lakshana, or if you want to avoid the complications. Okay. Those are the patient should be instructed to open his mouth and on the feeling of nausea. So before that also you should make a very comfortable Vamana chamber. Okay, this I explained in last class also. There should be a proper Janusamatulya chair, a knee heighted chair, and with a backrest and hand rest should be there. So the patient should be highly comfortable, and when the patient feels the nausea, when the patient feels the salivation, so he should open his mouth. Okay, and he should bend slightly to the forward. He should bend little bit. Okay, then the neck and upper part of the body should be directed towards the vessel. So only this action helps in the this action brings the proper Vamana. Right, this posture is very important. You can't sit straight and you can't vomit. So you should to bend your neck and upper part of the body in the direction of the vessel, and the vomiting occurring without applying any force is very much required. So if you are in a such position, bending towards the vessel little bit, and there should be a little extension at the neck level. You should bend at the low back area, then you should extend your neck area and you should open the mouth widely. Okay, this is the proper position. If you are in such position, the vomiters will come very easily without any stress, okay, without any pain or without any extra power is required. Okay, so these are some of the instruction you should advise. Some of the management instruction need to be given during the Vamana karma. Now we'll discuss about types of Shuddhi. So there are mainly three types of Shuddhi. One is Pravara Shuddhi, Madhyama Shuddhi and Avara Shuddhi. So this is also a kind of observation. See, if it is Pravara Shuddhi, so what should be a next observation? So that is an what you learned just before, observation and management. Okay, if it is an Madhyama Shuddhi, what should be the next management? If it is the Avara Shuddhi, what should be a next management? So we'll study this one in upcoming slides. So the Shuddhi, so previous that you, this Shuddhi is completely based on four criteria that I previously mentioned. Observation, two things, one is Chatushuddhi and Chatu Lakshana. Chatushuddhi, the four kinds of Shuddhis are mentioned in Charaka Siddhisthana first chapter, and on that the Chakrapani given an elaborate explanation. Okay, so they are Vegaki, Maniki, Antiki and Laingiki. So there are four one. Okay, among that first one we will discuss Vegiki, is Vega. So what is the meaning of Vega? Vega, one which is induced after administration of Vamana drug. Okay, this is a definition, but it's not. It means that whatever comes out of the mouth during Vamana karma is called as Vamana Vega. Okay, so and sometimes the Vamana Vega, it will come but not in a full extent, but in a minimum extent, is called as Upavega. Upavega is Upavega Vega Samipam. It's not exactly Vega, but it's near to Vega, so it's called as Upavega. Okay, and it is very difficult to say one which is Vega and one which is Upavega. Okay, so for that, according to the experts, there is some differentiation. See, when to say it is Vega, see Vega, one which will come with effortless, will come easily without any effort. Okay, and some experts they says that the Vega is one which will come in a projectile motion, and the projectile motion should be there on the sky for minimum 6 seconds. It should be on the sky for 6 seconds, and when you collect it in a bowl, it measures about 350 to 250 to 350 ml. So Vega means it is an effortless and you can collect in a bowl, so it measures about 250 to 350 ml and it should be a projectile. It should be a projectile motion. So it should be stays in an sky. Means it fall like an projectile. Okay, that is called as Vega. Upavega is opposite to that. You can't expect there is a projectile, and the quantity of omiters will be lesser than that. And in Vega, the omiters will come with a full of mouth, and Upavega, there will be no full of mouth omiters. Okay. So based on the Vega, uh, you can divide the Shuddhi. So if it is a Pravara Shuddhi, there will be 8 Vegas. If it is Madhyama Shuddhi, there will be 6 Vegas, and if it is Avara Shuddhi, there will be 4 Vegas. Okay, what's the difference between Vega and Upavega? So if it is Vega, is a more quantity, more omiters, If it is upavega, it is less. Force. When it comes for force, vega easily expelled out and it will be a more force. Upavega, it's not easily expelled out and there will be a less force. Time suddenly in a very little time. So there will be a sudden ejection, right? With a projectile motion, and upavega there will be so slow ejection, slowly it will come. Okay, this is a main difference between vega and upavega. Okay, so a clinical importance of vega is by the number of vega you can say you can categorize the patient end with the pravara shuddhi, madhyama shuddhi and avara shuddhi is only one thing, and by the observation, by the keen observation on the vega, uh, one can easily discriminate what is the content of vega, right? Is it milk is coming out, or is it the fanta, or the kashaya, or the avagu, or the pitta, something, what is coming out that can be assessed, okay, that can be seen easily by vega, by the keen observation on the vega. But there are some the what is the negative point on the vega. It's a practical point. See, vega, you can't the force and all, you can't make it a standardized for everyone. See, if the patient is balavan, if the patient having the mahasharira, mahakaya, so definitely there will be a more force, okay, and there will be a more vegas. If the patients of avarakaya very thin and less bala, and his force will be lesser as compared to the one who is very balavan and mahakaya. Okay, so the vega is differs from person to person. You can say that this should be a force and this should be a projectile motion and the quantity should be a so and so. You can't make it a standardized. The vega, it's differs from person to person. Okay, and only vega, by vega you can't say that it is an pravara shuddhi, madhyama shuddhi, navara shuddhi. It's very difficult actually, practically. See, that's why the Acharya Chakrapani commented that vegiki is a criteria to decide the types of shuddhi, and vegiki is one among the chatushuddhi, but it is not the ultimate tool to diagnose types of shuddhi, avara shuddhi. So if it is 4 vega, so it is avara shuddhi. You can't say that. Even the 4 vega has become a pravara shuddhi also. Okay, if the 4 vega with a pittanta, okay, with the proper laingiki lakshana, you can consider him as an pravara shuddhi. Okay, so this is nowhere concerned. Okay, just the vega is also a criteria, but it's not the best tool to understand the types of shuddhi. Okay, this is one of the negativity about vega. Okay, so this is an observation that the vega, you are observing the vega. So in middle, if you feel that the vega is not proper, the force of the vega is not proper, see, it's not meeting the Vaidya's expectation, the force is not bringing out the amashya gata doshas. So in that condition, so what should be the management? Observation and management. For this observation, the vega is less. So the Vaidya, one again he should administer one more dose of Vamana Aushadhi. So here the Amalaka, okay, Sarshapa, Saindava, Vacha can be again mixed with an Estimadu Fanta, and you can administer once again, so that the force will increase. Again the force will increase and patient will bring the Amashya Gata dosha with little more force. Or else you ask the patient to put the Kamalanala, or else ask the patient to put his own finger. So ask the patient to touch the finger to the palate, soft palate. Okay, so that the content of the stomach will expel very easily. So this is a management. So observation and management. For each observation there is a one meaning. If the observation is not meeting the Vaidya's expected thing, or the patient's disease condition or the patient bala. By seeing, there will be some expectation by the Vaidya. If it is not meeting, so there comes the management. Okay, so after Vega, next is Manaki. The second tool is Manaki. Okay, see, Charaka mentioned, see, Manaki is one, it should be a one prastha. One prastha. Actually, one prastha is 16 pala. When you see the Paisajya Ratnavali, and when you see the preparations, okay, there they mentioned one prastha is equal to 16 pala. But the same one prastha is not 16 pala when it comes in Panchakarma and Kaya Chikitsa. So that's clearly mentioned by the Acharya Chakrapani in a Charaka Siddhisthana first chapter and in a Sharangadhara. So here one prastha you should take it as 13 and half pala. Sardha Trayodasha Palani. That is 640 ml. Sardha Trayodasha Palani is mentioned. 640 ml is equal to one prastha. So here after the end of the Vamana, here the Vaidya should measure the vomitus. It is one prastha. See, if it is Hina or the Avarashuddhi, if the patient ends with Avarashuddhi, there will be a one prastha of vomitus. If it is Madhyama Shuddhi, there will be 1.5 prastha. If it is Pravarashuddhi, there will be a 2 prastha. Okay. So then the question comes, how to measure it? Okay. So to measure like liters, or to measure, how to measure? See, you are giving the milk, but the milk, it won't come in a milk, right? When you are omitting, it will come with a curdling. There will be a precipitation of the milk. So rather here, measuring in terms of liters, see, one should measure in terms of the weight. So before administration of Yavagu, milk, Eshtimadu Vamanaushadi, and then Saindava Jala, on whatever you will administer during the process of Vamana Karma, that need to be measured, that need to be weighed. You have to check the weight of that, then you have to administer for the patient, and after that patient will vomit out. So the vomiters should be again, have to weigh again. So they have to check the weight of the intake and check the weight of the output. Okay, input weight and output weight. So it should be always output weight should be greater than the input weight. Then you can say some doshas you removed from the body. Okay, so Manaki have to assess in terms of weight, not in terms of liters. So when come in terms of the Chakrapani's view, here the Chakrapani is not considered even Malaki is also a proper tool. As like Vegaki, this is also a criteria which helps in measuring the types of Shuddhi, but is not only the tool. It is just like an supporting tool for assessing the types of Shuddhi. Next comes is Antaki. Antaki means what? When to stop the Vamana. Okay, this is a criteria when to stop the Vamana. So as Acharya Charaka says, Vamana, you should continue the Vamana till Pittanta. Pittantam Ishtam Vamanam. Okay. When you see the Pitta Anta, when you see the expulsion of Pitta, then you can stop the conduction of Vamana. So how to understand the Pitta is coming out? Okay. So Pitta, by its nature, Pitta will be having color, greenish, taste, bitter and pungent. Symptoms like the patient says, I'm getting burning sensation in a chest and throat. Okay, this is an feeling of the patient. So there are two things how to assess. One, by the Vaidya's observation. So if the Vaidya is keen, so the Vaidya should stand right side to the patient. So during the Vamana, the Vaidya himself, he will see the greenish and yellowish tinge. Pitta will coming out. So if there is a background with the milk, white background, then that can be easily identified. If the doctor is standing side to the patient, the doctor must stand side to the patient so that he should clearly observe the omitus, one which is coming immediately out of the mouth. So by the uh, change of color, he can understand pitta. So that can be cross checked. That can be cross checked by uh, asking some questions for the patients, like is it that tastes like bitter or pungent, or symptoms like did you feel about burning sensation at chest and throat. That can be cross verified. Okay. If the patient is keen about the what is coming out of the mouth, so some patients there will be they will be very keen, so they will be keep on saying during Vamana. So now the milk came, or now Fanta came. So like that, the patient will be very keen about that. And if you ask the question, they will tell what is the taste of that. And there will be some patients even they won't keep those all in remember. See, if I ask what is the taste of the vomitus, see some people they hesitate about the vomitus means. So vomitus itself is they will hesitate. If I ask what is the taste of the vomitus, definitely they will start scolding. So in such patients, you don't ask what is the taste of the vomitus. Okay, so you just see the color or the patient expression while pitta is coming out. See, when the pitta is coming out, there will be a very strenuous expression given by the patient. The vomitus won't come so easily. There will be a little bit burning at the throat and chest, and patient will squeeze his hand. Patient will squeeze the tub and chair. Okay, he will bend completely. So by the expression you understand, yes, the pitta is coming out. Okay, that's one thing. So by this you can understand the pitta. So it will come only by the conducting repeated vomanas. Okay, or else you can one is by a keen observation by the doctor, and second by the cross verifying the patient's feeling. Okay, and in some cases then also it is very tough. Some cases you won't get it at all. You can't identify by even the doctors, also by even the patient also. So in that condition, there is one more tool, that is kapha chedana. Yeah, Ashtangakara is clearly mentioned how to continue the Vamana till Kafat Chedana. See, what is Kafat Chedana? See, you have to remember the Vamana Karma. So, when the patient start during bringing up the vomitus, Vamana Vegas, so starting there will be uh, forming of thready. After immediately vomina, you can see there will be a mucus secretion, lot of mucus secretions, and it forms a thread from mouth to the tub. There will be a long thread. So, and that itself is a kapha. That mucus secretion itself is an kapha, right? So that will go on reducing. In the patient vomit first time, there will be that vomitus will be too much of thick, and the secretion will be too much, and the consistency of thready will be thick, and thready will be long, right from tub to the mouth. Okay, so that go on reducing after continuing the Vamana karma. So from first Vekas to second Veka, third Veka, fifth Veka, and eighth Veka. By end of the eighth Veka, you can see there will be no any thready formations. The patient will vomit easily, and the vomitus will be very thin. He will vomit, and after end of vomit, there will be no any thread. It means that the kapha finished. The kapha cheda, already kapha cheda happens. There is no kapha. The kapha is finished. So that indicates you have to stop the Vamana karma. The two things, right? The first thing, the best tool is Pittantam Ishtamamanam. If you got the lakshanas of pitta is coming out, or the pitta is there, so that is okay, finished. You have to stop the vamana. If it is confused, so one more lakshana, that is kapachedana. If you continue the vamana till kapachedana, or the stops the vamana at kapachedana. Okay, the two things antiki, where when to stop. One is pittanta, second one is kapachedana. And it's a very important tool to understand the types of shuddhi. Okay, the pittanta, if you got the pittanta, then only you can say it is an pravara shuddhi. See, if it is a 4 vegas, but the patient ends with the pittanta and proper lakshanas, that you can say it as pravara shuddhi. Here the mana and vega is not at all considered. Here the only antaki and the laingiki are the best tool for understand the type of shuddhi. Okay, that is the importance of antaki. Then comes for the laingiki. Here the Chakrapani prized this tool very much, because among 4 criteria Chatushuddhi, the Vega and Manaki is not given importance at all. Little importance is given, that's it. And for the Laingiki, as for the Antaki, there is little more importance. And when come for the Laingiki, it is 100% importance given for the Laingiki, because the Lakshanas, the Ayurveda always talks about Lakshanas. If the patient omits only the 3 Vekas and the patient got Samyak Vamana Lakshana, that is considered as Pravara Shuddhi. See, Lakshanas only. That is very important. Okay, so Lakshanas helps the Vaidyas to plan the Samsarjana Krama. Right? So it can be divided Laingiki, Lakshanas during Vamana Karma, after Vamana Karma, and after Samsarjana Krama. Lakshanas can be assessed in 3 ways. So mainly here Laingiki, Lakshanas during the Vamana Karma, the Samyak Vamana Lakshana can be assessed. Yes, Samyak Vamana Lakshanas. Kramat Kafaha Pittam Ata Anilascha Yasseti Samyak Vamitaha Saishtaha Rutparshvamurta Indriya Margushiddho Tata Lagutve Api Lakshamane. This is a Lakshanas. As explained by Charakasiddhisthana, first chapter, 15th shloka. This is Samyak Vamana Lakshana. What is that? Kramat. Kramat. Right? And the Kapha, Pitta, Anila, it will come in a Krama. Patient start vomiting first Kapha, then Pitta, then Anila. Okay, the patient will vomit in this manner, Krama manner. Okay, Vomitaha Saishtaha. And Rut Parshva Murda Indriya Margashuddho. Patient feels after Vamana, Rut, Parshva, Murdha and Indriya will become clean, Margashuddha. He feel lightness in that area. Tata Lagutve. He feel lightness in the area. In all areas like chest area and Indriya, feel Lagutva and Indriya, feel Lagutva and Murdha, Lagutva and Shiras. Okay, Lagutve Picha Lakshamane. These are the symptoms. Okay, so there will be clarity of sense, clarity of throat, there is a clarity of chest region, and Lagutva and chest region. It indicates the Samyak Vamana Lakshana. Then comes for the Atiyoga of Vamana. Trunmoha Morcha Anilakopa Nidra Baladirhani Vamane Ati Chasyat. This is Atiyoga of Vamana. Trun, Trishna, Moha, delusion, Murcha, fainting, Anilakopa, aggravation of Vata, Nidra Balahani. Okay, loss of Nidra and loss of Bala. Okay, Vamana Ati Chasyat. If you conduct the Vamana Ati, okay, excessive conduction of Vamana, there will be a immediate Vata Prakopa, and Vata Prakopa leads the Balahani, and patient will feel too much of Trishna, Moha. Okay, so that need to be again treated. Okay, this is a complication that need to be again treated. That is again observation and management. Then Ayoga of Vamana. What is Ayoga? if you not conduct the vamana properly, so this in yoga there may be a wrong from Vaidya or the patient, or it may be attender, anyone. So this should not happen. Ayoga of vamana. See lakshanas are dushchardite, spota kota kandurutha, vishuddhi, guru cha. Dushchardite. If this vamana is not in proper, there will be a appearance of spota, kota, kandu. These are the types of eruptions. The types of skin disease will manifest immediately. Vishuddhi, kha. Kha means cavity, akasha. Vishuddhi. The patient feels uh, there is no improper shuddhi. There is no clarity. The patient won't feel the laguta of indriya, murdha. Okay, there is no clarity in throat, chest, so that will be not there. Patient feels still the heaviness of the body. Okay, so that is considered as the improper shuddhi or ayoga of vamana. So these are the lakshanas. By these lakshanas, like vegiki, manaki, antaki, and laingiki, by these chatushuddhi, one can divide the patient under pravara shodhana, madhyama shodhana, and avara shodhana. To summarize, if the vega is 8, pravara shodhana; if the vegas are 6, madhyama; if vegas are 4, it is avara shuddhi. Manaki, if it is through prastha, pravara shuddhi; if it is 1/2 prastha, it is madhyama shuddhi; if it is 1 prastha, avara shuddhi. If antaki should be a always pittanta in all, and laingiki there should be a samyak omna lakshana. Okay, if it is also avara shuddhi, there should be a samyak omna lakshana should be there.